What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen. You would be surprised at how many grown men out here have the mind and do things as if they're still children. It's like they can't get out of their own way. A lot of times, you'll tell them, don't do this. They'll do what you said not to do, and it's for their benefit. And then when you ask them, they'll say something like, I don't know. And I think this person that I'm going to talk about in this story today is the exact type of person I'm talking about. This man up here, if you want to call him a man, being honest, is 56-year-old Christopher Prater. This guy hit a mailman with a mail truck, killing the mailman who was beloved in the neighborhood that he, worked in and has been there for some years. A lot of people got to know him. He was struck and killed, in his mail truck by this man. It's bad enough he hit him, but he showed no accountability, and he drove right off and left the grisly scene for neighbors to come out and try their best to help this man. It's messed up. But listen, let me show you this story. And when I seen this story, I had to do it because I know people that are like this. Maybe not this old, but I've seen this type of person, and I eliminate myself from it. Check this out.
Tampa police make an arrest in the deadly hit and run of a beloved mailman. 56-year-old Christopher Prater is now facing serious charges for the death of Paul Felica. Fox 13's Kylie Jones is in our newsroom with the latest developments. Kylie, how were police able to finally connect him to the crash?
Haley, police tell us it was the combination of an anonymous tip, surveillance video, and the fact that Christopher Prater left his debit card inside the car before ditching it. Investigators say 69-year-old Paul Felica was driving along River Cove Street when he was hit and killed by a hit-and-run driver. After a tip from an anonymous caller, police tracked the car to a home on North 16th Street, just half a mile away from that scene of the crash. Prater told them it was his roommate's car, but that he left the area. Police spoke to the owner of the car, who said he didn't authorize anyone to drive the car and only gave the keys to Prater in case the car had to be moved. During a search, police found a debit card with Prater's name on it. Surveillance video showing Prater getting in and out of the car before and after it returned with front-end damage also linked him to it. Today, neighbors left a cross for their beloved mailman at the scene of the crash. They say he was incredibly loved.
He was gone. Yeah, I think it took him immediately, which I'm thankful for. But he was a nice postal man. He came in the neighborhood. He loved everybody. He was friendly with everybody. Everybody loved him.
And Felica's ex-wife, Donna, told us Paul was with the United States Postal Service for 40 years. He worked in the Tampa area since 1993 and in New York before that. And unfortunately, he was excited to begin his retirement in February. Christopher Prater now faces charges of leaving the scene of a crash with death and driving with a canceled, suspended, or revoked license. He does have an extensive history of other driving offenses.
Guys, let me read you this short article real quick, and I want to show you just how messed up and childlike this man, Christopher Prater, 56 years old, was. This guy is not a friend. This is the kind of person you avoid at all costs. It says, this is the title: Mercedes driver arrested in hit and run that killed a U.S. Postal Service postal carrier and claimed the roommate did it. Tampa, Florida. A man in Florida is arrested accused of killing a U.S. Postal Service mail carrier on Monday afternoon, then driving off. He was arrested the next day. Tampa police said they found an overturned USPS mail delivery truck at the scene where the driver, 69-year-old Paul Felica, was pronounced dead. He was heading east through an intersection when he was struck by a southbound vehicle, and witness reported seeing a Mercedes sedan escaping the scene. That was far from it. Police say they recovered evidence including part of the bumper insert commonly used in some 1998 to 2003 Mercedes-Benzes. An anonymous tip suggested Christopher Prater was involved in a hit and run crash, police said. Detectives followed up on that and other leads and located the suspect vehicle parked in the driveway of a home. Detective contacted Christopher Prater residing at the residence, where he reported that his roommate had been driving the vehicle but was no longer in the area. Then investigators said the owner told them he parked the vehicle at this location a few days prior. The owner did not authorize anyone to drive his car and provided keys to Prater to keep at the residence in case the car needed to be moved. Finally, they got a search warrant and reported fingerprints recovered from inside matched those of Christopher Prater, and a debit card with his name was found inside. The oil pan cover was missing from underneath, and there was visible damage to the front bumper consistent with the impact from a crash. Additional evidence was gathered that contradicted Prater's statement, including nearby video surveillance showing Prater entering and exiting the vehicle before and after it returned with front end damage consistent with the way it was found at the scene of the crash. Witnesses also identified Prater as being seen wearing clothing matching what he had in the video footage the same day as the crash occurred. Prater, 56, was arrested on Tuesday and charged with leaving the scene of a crash with death and driving with a suspended license resulting in death. There you have it. That's the story of one Christopher Prater, 56, out of Tampa, Florida. Shout out Tampa. That's where John watched from, you know what I'm saying, my granddad. But let me tell you something. This guy right here is human garbage. Lacks accountability. Can't be trusted. Very immature. I use the word skeevy. Y'all don't know what skeevy mean. If you never heard that word, it's like you can't trust them at all. You wouldn't let them watch the clock, let alone themselves. Some people can't get out of their way. Maybe it's a mental condition. But this dude right here, when you see this type of dude, you don't walk away, you run. Because this guy right here will do something and blame it on you. He blamed his friend, and his friend wasn't even there. As you could tell, reading the article, the guy must have went away for a few days. Hey, man, here's the keys in case you got to move the car or something like that. You know, being respectful as a roommate or whatever. He's staying with the dude. As soon as the dude leave, yes. He rolling around in the whip like it's his. We know a lot of people like that, especially in the hood. Hey, man, I'm going to leave my car here. You come back, the car move. Hey, man, who drove the car? Ain't nobody drive the car. Bro, I remember putting it a certain way. Nah, man, it was always like that. Them type of dismissive, like trying to act like something wrong with you. This guy's stupid, and his whole game was see-through. Didn't even take a genius to figure out. Got him on video. He got the same clothes on that he committed a vehicular homicide in. He opens the door, got the same clothes on. Bro, we know it's you. It's not me. Talk to my roommate been driving that ever since. So they would have locked this dude up. I want you to hear. They'd have locked this dude up and charged him with what he did. And he kept his mouth shut. No honor. No honor. No accountability. No honor. Check this out. He has, if you look at his driving record, he has 15 license suspensions in his driving career. This guy had never drive again. I don't know if he was drinking, if he was smoking something, or he just can't drive. This guy right here is a menace to society, even himself. My big thing is I can't believe that he would put this on somebody else to go to jail behind. With all these license suspensions and stuff, you can already see this guy right here got the mind of a child, and I guarantee you he did jail time before. When you have people that are this irresponsible, they can't get out of their own way. I guarantee you he did jail time before. Look at his face. He looked like a mouth breather. Straight in with his mouth open. I don't understand it. And I'll never understand it. I ain't trying to understand it neither. This mailman was about to retire in February, guys. Worked a long time. He was responsible. Just doing his job. Probably driving along. Man, pretty soon this will be the last time I come through this intersection. Boom. Life cut short like that. Doing the right thing cost him his life. Doing his duty. From some irresponsible idiot coming down the road that was in a car that he wasn't supposed to be in the first place. I'd give this dude life. I would give him life. And I'm gonna tell you another thing, man. Let's really dig deep inside of this. That guy got hit, right? T-bone, enough force to flip the car over. Did you hear the lady? Oh, he was done. When we saw him, he was done. He supposedly hit him, got out the car, looked, got back in the car, and ran. So you seen the damage you did, and it didn't even mess with your conscience enough to where you either threw up, broke down, or anything. You was like a bad little kid, got caught, and ran out. Just like a lot of these thug dudes nowadays. They get caught, they go on police chases, let the police chase them, crash into other cars, run children over, all this type of stuff. Look at that. Where's the responsibility? Where's the accountability? There ain't. It's something that's missing out here right now. And there always been knucklehead dudes. But at 56 years old, you ain't learned your lesson and you didn't know that no means no? Which part of that do you not understand? The N or the O? Don't touch stuff that ain't yours. I guarantee you he probably never rode that car before where he just wanted the front because he wanted to be like, yeah, look at me, I'm driving. See, a lot of times people miss stuff that they can't have no more. While as some of us that got it wish we didn't have to use it. When I'm talking about is driving. But this guy right here, he not a friend, he not a good citizen, just a trash human being. And I hope he get what he deserves. And I hope this guy, Paul Felica, may he rest in peace. And that's hurtful. He probably had a wife, kid. They probably planned to do something during a retire. Man, this is really bad because this really affected a lot of people. The neighbors, man, to come out there and see him, one day he's smiling, being nice. He probably did favors for him, all kind of stuff. And they respected him like family. Then here comes some moron in the neighborhood. Boom, this dude was a bum. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video, man. May this guy, Paul Felica, rest in peace. See you in the next video. Take care.